Hello and welcome back to Nortricity. Okay, so I went ahead and done a few things. I think I'm going to end up having the blood magic here in my mine area. That way I can add on to it as I go. I haven't put a level onto this yet, though. I've kind of just show you over here. It's just kind of got a top layer, just kind of messing around with it. Kind of deciding how I want to end up doing it. Give me that. I think that's. I'm still kind of playing around with the design. I've like changed it 2 or 3 times already. Anybody that's watched any of my episodes in the past, they know I'm not a builder. I try, I'm just not too good at it. But you know, practice, practice, practice. So, anyways, what we're gonna end up doing. I did make this armor right here, and it's not what I had in mind. I was trying to use the netherrack, and I haven't tried it out yet, but I was trying to use the netherrack to be a better suit of armor for whenever I go into the nether. I don't think it worked out exactly like I wanted it to, but I don't know. We'll play around with it later on, maybe, sometimes. Still have a couple of difficulties whenever I go to the nether. Let me see, am I going to take this with me? I don't know if I want to set it up here or if I want to put it the other place. I think we're going to take it with us. Is there anything in this? Yes. Take that out. Oh, I got to take it down with this. Going to kind of end up setting up... Take that. In the new castle. I've went ahead and done a few things. Mainly just going ahead and... like taking care of like emptying it out in some ways. Let's see, one of these chests is this one. Take that one. And I think that's pretty much all that I'm going to end up taking right now. I am going to do a whole bunch of storage in the bottom, and I'll probably end up, let me see, storage. Oh gosh, I gotta. Now I think I'm gonna use framed, but what should I end up doing as far as? I'm gonna need a controller, so I might as well go ahead and get that while I'm here. Do I have? Let's see, storage. Yes, I got one basic drawer down here. I'm gonna kind of play around with colors. It's just depending on. I like how this in here turned out. I like how the outline looks, but it's like, do I want to use that? I think I'm going to end up using like basalt. There's 2 different kinds. You got this one right here, which this is from Chisel, and then this one's from Quark, I think. Quark is a little bit darker, but I don't have as much of the Quark, but I might have enough for what I want to do. Let's see, what else? I guess I could end up... This might be an interesting idea. Let's see, we'll get this one, and then get this one. It'll kind of add like a slight... I was about to say pop, but I guess that's... Did I not make any of these? I don't think I did. I think I can change these. I've got 19 of them left. I think if I put them into here... Can I... Okay, so see if it turned it red, and then... What about if I did it the other way around? Now see, that would be kind of interesting, maybe. Let's take one with us. Just to see how it ends up being. Wow, it's very stormy. Okay. What else did I end up needing to do? I think for right now, that'll be all. I'll kind of show what I'm wanting to do when I get over there. So if I go to keep, this has put me on the base level. Now what I thought about doing on the base level is kind of focusing on the ancient warfare aspects of it. And this is rather interesting. I've never seen this. Select structure. So you can click one of these and it tells you all the items you need. And if I'm understanding it completely, then if I click done, then it tells me right here and it do a start, and then it'll give me an output right here so I can place down the item. Now it's only got a few in here that I noticed. Chasm, Empire Fortified, Empire Large, Medium, Foot Small, Bridge, a Griffin Nest, which that kind of looked interesting. I can't select it now. It's still, see, select. It still got me on the other one. That's a, so I still got it right here, but I can't stop. Okay, there you go. So if I do a Griffin Nest, and then I start putting it in here, I'm wondering if it replaces this. So would it replace this whole area, or does it just give me a item right here to go ahead and use? That's kind of rather interesting. Another thing that I wanted to end up doing down here, a lot of this is kind of weird because I can't, if I start digging out in certain areas, it, see, it like opens it up. So it's kind of like I just opened it up. Drat. What else is down in there? Did I drop them all down? Yeah, I did. So I kind of don't want to open all of them up, but I don't want it all weird shaped. So I got to figure out how I'm going to end up doing that. This kind of ends up being a pretty decent area. So we're going to end up, for right now, I think this is where our witchery area might start out. We'll put the, I think there's a cauldron we'll end up making too. But downstairs, and I'm going to replace this with one of the elevators. I think that's going to open it up as well too. This I think is a pretty big, decent area to go ahead and put all my storage. Now if I end up placing an item in there, how's it going to end up looking? And I'm not too sure why on that. Now, so that looks kind of cool, and that would kind of end up making a contrast to everything. I might go with that. So that's probably what I'm going to end up working on off camera. And it sounds like there's a whole bunch of creatures down here. I've started like leveling this off too. I'm not too sure what I want to do with this area. This is kind of all the catwalks and everything. This keep is really cool and everything, and I really like it. And the main reason why, what is that? I decided to take over this is because my son really, really wanted me to. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it. This is my area that I thought would be really cool to go ahead and do an arms room. I just put all my displays and armor and all that stuff in it. I think it looks really cool, not standing in front of the windows, but kind of to the side. It gives me, there's not a lot of armors in this unless I end up making them through the Armory, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, I'll end up putting the last one right here, and then I can still go around this way, and I can go around that way, and then I'll around the other side. So I think it'd be a cool trophy slash armor display. So I really like this part. This area up here, I don't know what I'm going to end up doing. I might end up just going ahead and emptying it all the way up, because I don't really know what I could end up doing with that room. This room is another room. It's the same way. I do like the big windows and everything, the open areas. So there is that. The last part right up here, I kind of wanted to go, well, not this room, but this room up here, I kind of wanted to go ahead and go with how it is, the enchanting room. But see, here's the thing. This castle's made to be, I mean, it's just a maze of stairs and everything. So is it going to be possible to make a pretty decent base out of it? Just keeping the outside how it is and just stripping down the inside. It might not be possible, and it might not work all the time, but we're going to end up trying. We're going to see how it ends up being. Now, the first thing, the main thing that we end up needing to do is What in the world? So I got Bloodmoon around here. We really want to get the armor room situated. I'm not armor room. The storage. Now, what I was kind of thinking is I would put displays all down this wall, all down that wall, you know, all around the 4 walls, and then maybe come around in the middle. It's going to have an elevator coming up and down, but when you have a lot of mods and everything, you're going to have, this doesn't have any mass storage system like I usually do. So it's kind of going to end up being what is going to be the most beneficial. Now, another thing that I thought about doing is, should I end up saving the villagers at times? Some villagers have decent trades, and that might be an idea too, to have the villagers kind of wandering around in certain aspects of the keep. That might not be a bad idea, especially for one floor up top or something. So that's an idea. Now, this book that I ended up getting, it's a lot of this mod is surprising me, because a lot of it I didn't know was actually in the game, or as far as being recent. So I'm kind of just keeping it into here right now until I end up finding some more information on it. It's kind of a hit and miss and explore as you go, so it's kind of like, ugh. But which chest is this? Okay, here's the witchery one. Now, another thing that I wanted to do, which we're going to go ahead and pop over to the other one in just a second. I just wanted to kind of get something situated as I went. What else is... Oh, so that was with that over there. Okay. Let's go back over to the mine shaft. Ooh, not a good idea. Which, I guess this is a good test to see if anything spawns over here. So far, so good. I think we're pretty good on all that stuff. But what I wanted to do is, we wanted to go ahead and build some of the stuff from Bewitchment, as well as go ahead and get the storage drawers, and I think some more of these frame drawers so we can go ahead and get. Let's get the storage drawer first. So we're going to end up needing diamonds and a couple other things, which luckily I don't have a ton of diamonds, but at least I have a few. Now, should I end up having, I think I'm going to have 4 storage drawers, 1 per each wall, in order for it to go ahead and register all the way around. Now, one thing I was running into before is it wasn't necessarily, it wouldn't register a full line, and I can't remember off the top of my head what the limit was. Let's see. And another thing, I'm going to have a place to put a netherwort farm, because I'm going to need a ton of netherwort. So I need to determine if I want to go ahead and have that underground somewhere, and that might be an idea as well. And I thought about, and I'm not too sure, anybody that ends up watching this could probably go ahead and give me an idea, if I should go ahead and, when you start working with Thaumcraft and you end up having the taint and everything built up, would it be more beneficial to do it, all that type of research, to do the Thaumcraft, I'm talking with my hands, I don't, like you can end up seeing, to do all the Thaumcraft research in like the Twilight Forest? That way it's not giving me a whole bunch of residue and everything over in my regular world. So that might be an idea too. I wanted to go ahead and get that. I wanted to try something. So I need redstone, and then wood, and then stone. Oh, let's look at this too. Well, first things first. I'm already bouncing all over the place. Like a chicken with my head cut off. Okay, that's redstone torches. We need to make that. We need stone too. Take that. Go over here. Take that. That tree looks wicked. Right now we're doing the ironwood just so I can get the iron berries when I start crafting that. I want to get the potions up and going too. Get me a lot of paper going, apples for my food, and this one's just getting some different types of wood. I'm trying to keep a big variety of wood for whenever I do want to build something different, and I'm trying to get just basically trying new things, I guess you could say. Let's take all those. Let's see, we're going to go into crafting. It looked like I dropped something for a second. No, this is all... sorry. This is all normal stuff, so it's not like it's anything new. Oh, we needed 4 of those, didn't we? 19. Should I craft 19? Sure, why not? Okay. Oh, it took all my stone. Derp. And the only thing I'm trying to determine where... Oh, did it only give me 1? Oh, you did it right. Let's see. Storage? Yeah, I can do 4. We're gonna do 5, but we'll probably do... Yeah, 5. 5 and all will be what we end up doing. There you go. Alright, so we got all those. Those are ready to go, and no need to end up doing any more on that. But I also wanted to do... since we did get some mana steel from one of my chests, I want to see if I can make a ring of magnets. Oh my gosh, that's changed. Okay, we got that. So we got that with glass. Okay, we still might can do that. When did that change? I'm not even sure on that one. Let's do some glass in here. Do we got iron? We got iron. Do we got gold? I don't think we have gold yet. Bloodmoon. I did put up a what's that called? One of the torches where it's a non-spawning torch. It's inside the base right here. It's like, I think right above this little firefly, like right behind that block. And it's just one. So that ends up being a pretty good little area, to be honest. Let's see. Is it like this? Yep. Okay, we need 1. This, I think, will end up helping me as far as whenever I go mining, my little magnetization, is that even a word, is not a big area, so I ended up losing a whole lot of diamonds recently. That was kind of weird. It didn't even show up there. Okay. So, what do we have here? Right now, we have an air charm, which it's just on there just in case. And then we have an antidote charm, and I've already burned through another fire charm. Now, I do have the fire charm, but I also have the lava charm. So, I got both of them, which is really good, but I need to find a way to charge these, if even possible. It's Cyclic. Am I saying it right? Cyclic. I think that's how you say it. But I've only got 1 left. Going to the nether, of course, goes ahead and eats through them like crazy. I'm not too sure what the antidote charm ended up running through. So we have that. We got 5 of these, which is good. We got the ring, which is good. That was one other thing. The other thing I wanted to go ahead and start on, which you have to spell it right. Okay, let's look at some more of the tables and stuff. So we got the potions. Now we want to go ahead and do this right here. The distillery, the cauldron. We got the oven already. So let's do the cauldron, which that's pretty easy to do. I took all the silver over there with me. Let's see. Do we have any iron nuggets? Iron nuggets. Iron nuggets. Yes, we do. And let's look at the other one before we port over. Distillery, that's over on the other side, and silver, and okay, all that's over there. So let's go ahead and go back. Chink. Go to keep. Alright, so it's in, not that one, it's in this one. So it's one of these. I don't know why I grabbed 2 of them. And then we still have some silver. I'm glad I didn't use all my silver just recently. Let's see, crafting. A brazier. Okay, so that should be still the same way as the other one. Which is cauldron. It's probably going to have fire underneath it. And then distillery, we need 2. I didn't mean to do that. I need 2 of these. I need to mass produce those. Alright, let's look at this. Distillery. Sweet. Alright, so we got the distillery, we got the cauldron. We're going to pick up the oven because I don't want it right in the middle. I think we're going to put the witch's cauldron smack dab in the middle, which means we'll have to put like a flame underneath it, which is not going to be a problem. The distillery, we'll put it right here. That looks interesting. So you got flame right here, and this. Okay, so nice. I think I still remember how that goes. We did end up crafting a book, so that's good. We're going to end up figuring all that stuff. And then I think on the oven, for right now, we'll just keep one. I remember in the past having multiple ovens, but I think right now we're just going to use one. Because we have a decent amount of stuff right now. 12 Essence of Vitality, 20 Droplets of Wisdom, 47 Liquid Witchcraft, 41 Cloudy Oil, 19 Ebb of Death, 24 Birch Lotion, and 55 Oak Spirit. Oak Spirit is one that I have a ton of, so that's not going to be a problem. Oh, another thing we need to end up making, we need to bounce back over to the other side real quick. I didn't mean to do that. There you go. We're going to have to actually get our portals a little bit better. We wanted to make... I think it's over here. Since Ice and Fire has so many new things, I'm looking for it and I don't see it. Since Ice and Fire has so many new creatures and everything, though I said it was a mermaid. It's not called a mermaid. It's called something else. Where are all the transcripts I had? But we need to go ahead and start working on the book. Now, that means I'm going to end up having to rob a couple more dragon nests, kind of. I've only killed one dragon, and that was manuscripts. That's it. That was completely by a fluke. That wasn't even. I got lucky. He was glitched into the wall. Ice. So this is what we need to make the lectern, which is a book and 2 pieces of wood. And then we'll go ahead and get that book started. But I kind of wanted just to, like I said, get started on a little bit of everything before we start diving more into stuff. This is, when I get this lectern together, it's going to be kind of going on its own until we end up getting all of it filled. Which now, since it's got so much more, I don't know how long it's going to take. But we need to make the dragon book, or the book in general. Bestiary. So it's 3 pieces of paper. That kind of stinks because I only got 8. So we're going to have to definitely rob some more of the dragons. And it still works the same way as before. But it's only one at a time. It's not going to end up doing them all. So it'll fill up. And then every time it takes a page, it's going to end up unlocking one thing. I don't think... It looks like there's some more armor that's been added in too. Let's see what we ended up getting. Introduction and birds. I can't even stem philium birds. That's interesting. It doesn't look like we have a back button per se like most of the books end up having. Look at this. See, this has got a lot more stuff unlocked. We've got all the herbs and everything that we're going to end up working with. We've got all the woods. Of course, I already went over all that. But what we're going to end up starting to get into is probably If I can remember how all this stuff goes, the infusions. We're going to get the altar going. Any carpet can be used on the altar as a final structure. So it's going to end up needing... I didn't mean to click that either. Altar. Pretty much a standard altar is required for most events, forms of magic, such as a circle magic for its powers or rituals. Various items can be placed on the altar. Following are valid. Skulls, flower pots, goblets, gimbos, torches, candles. Jeez, it's a lot more stuff. And then we got the oven, of course, we've already made. Mortar and pestle, we haven't made that yet. Ooh, we can make a stone mortar and pestle. And then bowline. We need to make the bowline, which we got a bloodstone and we got silver, which should be good. Alright, let's see what we ended up getting in this. Blood alchemy. That's combining the hearts with, I think that's combining the hearts. Alright, sweet. Anyways, this is going to be a kind of a shortish little episode. I'm kind of trying to make up for the long episode, that 1 hour episode that I ended up making. Plus, my son's about to get over here, so I need to go ahead and get off and get him. But I wanted to go ahead and touch base on some of this stuff and show you how we're progressing and everything. So it was like this right here. Is that how it was? And then that right there? Or no, that wasn't like that? Okay, let me look. Back, mortar and pestle. Okay, we got it. Get it out of here. So it's like this, and that right there. No? Yes. Alright, cool. We got a stone, mortar, and pestle, and that's for Bewitchment. Let's look in here one more time to see what we end up getting. I wanted to see something new. The birds kind of were, but tamed dragons. We already know about the tamed dragons, so that's not really end up being too new. We still have the pixies, which they could go ahead and steal stuff from you. And we'll capture some of them as we go. I got to make the jars and everything, and I want to go ahead and, between this episode and next, is build up all these little... Get the storage room downstairs like I wanted. Miramax. These are those ants. That's what it was. Oh boy, they got scorpions and stuff. Royals. Sentinels. The queen. I think we saw the queen a little bit. And then you got the armor that you can make from them. Which I've gotten a few, but I haven't gotten enough yet. At 25, Miramax will become neutral. At 50, they will open up to trade. What? At 75, they will allow one to use Miramax staffs on the colony as a whole. I'm definitely going to end up having to read through all this. Look at all this stuff. This is all new. Miramax eggs only hatch when underground. A queen egg, when hatched near a player underground, will bind to them, and the fallen colony that will form will have a permanent opinion of 100. What? That is so cool. Can I have my own little worker colony of ants and everything? That'd be awesome. Okay, so anyways, we're going to go ahead and cut off here. I'm going to work on moving all my stuff over to the new keep and seeing what we're going to end up doing. What else is it? Oh, yeah, we already knew about the Cyclops. He's with the sheep. He's been relatively easy every time I've seen him so far. So it's not that's big of a deal. But we're going to leave the book in here for right now. We'll move that over too. But we want to go ahead and move all my storage over to there. That way we can go ahead and start building and getting going and stuff. Most of the stuff I think I'm going to leave here. This is the building aspect. And then we're going to have blood magic over here. And then we're going to have most of the portals over here. Not the tree portal, but I haven't found it yet. Or the circle to get the portal stone to the Betweenlands. One thing that RuneCraft has really changed. Because now, in order to get this right here, you have to tap a book onto a crafting altar. Well, the crafting altar's right here. You can't make it unless you get the rune stones. Well, you can't make the rune stone unless you get that. The magical book is the one that, to get a magical book, right click on with a normal book and enough XP on a full moon on the altar. Well, the altar takes these in order to get it. So as far as I know, you got to find one out in the location, out in the area. So I might end up having to go back out again. I was kind of trying to leave some of my exploring to a limited amount, but yeah, I think I'm going to end up having to go out just a little bit more. Way we can craft it, anything we want to in one area. And we're also going to visit up there in Iceland sometime. But anyways, so until next time, I'm Shaken Nort, and I shall catch you later.